even fucking bigger, so, you know, there must have been fucking giants in the world at one point, because even the inside of the buildings were made for bigger people, so...
Do you know, I got you on my phone as Christian. You're Christian Worm.
Christian Worm?
Yeah, because we did the worm armour.
Well, I think the worm's got a lot to do with it, but it's a parasite that was placed inside of us that made us what we are today, you know.
In fact, it says Christian Worm 2, because you had got to change your number.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the old number as well, have you?
I think so.
75749099116.
I think it's still on my phone.
Yeah, I like that number because I couldn't remember it so easily.
I know, it's
over 20 odd years.
It's a bit weird with phone numbers. I don't know any except my own. I don't know Jimbo's, I don't know Tom's, I don't know Sam's, I don't know...
Well, these days I don't even know my own number, but I know it ends in 315.
Well, that made you laugh a bit that I told you you're Christian Worm on my phone.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I've got a fucking worm.
And then we still... So we're basically... Or can cause cancer in your body.
No, Karen, no. If you study in depth, which I have, in many, many videos, with Steve, what's his name? You know, he's what we call a virologist, if you like, or biologist. And, you know, when you watch it, and he explains it to you, that cancer is your own cells. We all have it inside of us. This is what I'm saying about the worm. You know, it might be a microorganism, you know, but it is what it is, which caused probably the Black Death, the plague or whatever, you know, just a different form of dying. But it's very similar. Like, you've got MRSA, the flesh-eating disease, which is similar to the Black Plague, which, you know, which damaged the flesh. So, yeah, you know, it's nothing new. Well, probably over 1,000 years, whenever the plague was, you know, they still can't control what's inside of us. So if you study it, you'll find out that it's the exosomes fighting your own cells that have gone bad. Seriously. That's why we got so many lovely bacteria in our body that fight for us, which are permanent in our bodies.
Well, I did something about the Rife machine the other day, and that was quite interesting, because if you vibrate back to the illness, what it is, it seems to kill it. You just need a Rife machine.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Well, why haven't the hospitals got them in? You know,
well, they don't go that way, because I made a video about it. In 1910, they changed everything. They changed... So before that, you could be natural, holistic, have the Rife machine, and of course then we were going to salt seas to heal ourselves and things like that. And in 1910 it changed to pharmaceutical, being cut open, and pills.
Yeah.
But the Rife machine worked.
Yeah, it's always what money dictates too, isn't it? That's what it is at the end of the day.
It's just money, yeah. You having all those pills, it's making somebody money.
Yes, exactly, and I know this.
Even if it doesn't really help you.
That's why I'm trying to limit it, but one of the main reasons is cancer is constantly changing the way my body operates. Yeah, and it's grasped itself all along my stomach pretty badly. If you were to see it, you'd understand why I'm saying this to you. I'm saying it because it's like very, very tight. And I don't know whether my stomach size has decreased, not because it's shrunk, but because it's been shrunk from the outside inwards. Yeah, because of my skinniness. So it's constantly changing. And it did upset me a bit that I couldn't breathe the same way that I was breathing anymore. And that's nothing I can control.
Is that because you've lost the weight? Is that because you've lost the weight?
Yeah, more than likely, yeah. I'd say so.
I'm sorry, Christian.
Well, you know, I've got to get on with it. You know, like you said, I had a banana, and I took my gabapentin with that, and my dilapidine, rather, haven't had Weetabix or the sandwiches yet.
You're going to have some breakfast today?
Well, yeah, when I get the opportunity to.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a cup of tea now. And probably a smoke. I'm sat here for ages. But I've got to get up because once I sit in a position too long, it starts to hurt.
Oh, that's because your bones, isn't it?
Yeah, my spine and my...
You need a water bed at the moment.
Yeah, no, I need one now. And I need to restore some of the weight in my body. And cancer's making that difficult for me as well. And then people trying to tell me to get me on a liquid cooking diet, because once you go on that, you know, you get used to it.
Well, I suppose what it is, couldn't you take both of them? Can you eat and have a couple of... Well, I think that's to build your strength.
This is what I'm saying. You're saying the same thing as the nurse.
Yeah, no.
Yeah? Once you start taking this, you rely on it more. And you don't go back to the solid foods. I've seen it with others. Yeah, you've got to stay with it. That's the fight. That is the real fight. And I've seen two other people, not so long ago, going onto these liquid drinks, and they became thin quite quickly, and they didn't eat again. You know, they stopped eating the solid food and dropped their weight quite quickly and disappeared. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And I could do the same. It's like anything else. You get so used to it, and it's an easy thing.
Well, I suppose it's because you've lost so much weight, Christian. They're just trying to...
It's nutritional. Yeah, they told Nora that. It's nutritional. You know, didn't help her one bit.
No, but you're still losing weight, aren't you? So...
Yeah, but it's slowed down because I'm forcing food into myself. Or trying to.
Well, good boy, then. Good boy.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is what the fight is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes it difficult when you've got people trying to push something into you that hasn't worked for others. You know?
Well, none of them work, do they, Christian, really?
Well, no, but this is what I'm saying. You've got to stay optimistic, positive, and try and have that belief that you can fight this.
Well, you are, at the moment, you are fighting it, aren't you? At the moment, you are fighting it.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Yeah? But when things are out of your control, even so you think, you know, I've stayed by a regime where I'm having the same sort of food or regular as clockwork, you know, so that my stomach's always got something in it. But that hasn't been the case the last couple of days because of what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to make a cup of tea because nobody else makes any tea apart from me.
Oh.
Well, they do actually. I'm not saying they don't. But most of the time I make my own tea. That's if they got milk. Alright, I'll speak to you again soon, Karen.
Alright, my darling. I love you, Christian.
I might ring you back later. I'm alright for a moment.
That's good then. Ring me back later then.
Yeah, well, when I say I'm alright, I'm still in pain, but...
You're hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely hanging in. Right, speak to you later.
Alright, darling. Love you. Speak to you later.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye, darling. Bye.